We are grooving to that beat here at the iSports Forum's North Rink. It is playoff time in the summer 2019 over 50 hockey season, featuring the #1 team and the undefeated team for the first time ever in over 50 hockey history. The Red Army at 12-0, taking on the Gold Knights at 5-7 on the season, who barely came out of the past 2 weeks just with goal scoring and just finding a way to get to the playoffs. But they're gonna have a lot of work on their hands going up against a high-powered Red Army offense. Hi everybody, Angelo Pontello bringing you the broadcast section. And alongside me, as always, Andy Townsend. And Andy, when we look at this matchup, I mean, it's fairly simple for the Gold Knights. Defense is going to be key. You couldn't have said it any better, Angelo. And right now, when you think of defense, it all starts with the keeper, in my opinion. Phil McClung, someone who has averaged just a little over 3 goals given up a game, 3.18 to be exact, the third best in the over 50 hockey season so far. But he truly has been spectacular, you know, despite what 3 goals given up a game may seem. But you also have to remember, most of these matchups came against the Red Army in their statistical slate. And of course, the Red Army, a team that has just averaged close to, and I'm trying to do the math real quick, Angelo. I know you have all the statistics in front of you. No, but to finish your point, partner, the Red Army is a team that averages almost 6.5 goals a game. You heard that correctly, folks. 6.5 goals, which is a new record in over 50 hockey history for a team to be averaging by that many goals a game, breaking the Green Hornets record from winter 2013 back in the 5th season. Really just a spectacular piece when you look at the Red Army. And of course, when you think of the Red Army, it all starts with Woody Borg, someone who, as you're talking about breaking records, Angelo, he has been setting records left, right, and center for this Red Army team. The over 50 hockey monsieur has just done an excellent job. 23 goals, 13 assists, and a record eye-popping 36 total points. Woody Borg second in assists, but of course the 23 goals, a clear league leader. And of course, when you look at the secret rep, we had a chance to talk to him earlier today, Andy, and one of the things he was mentioning was it's just another game for him. He's happy to be back on the ice and he's ready to play some hockey. But of course, when you look at him only playing 10 total games, I mean, anytime you get out here for Sunday hockey, it is the absolute thriller, and everybody enjoys themselves as much as they can. And, you know, Woody Borg, he's not the only one out there, but at the same time, too, just by far a clear threat to any opponent in this over 50 hockey season. And of course, without Woody Borg as well, the Red Army have had a number of games where they had to worry or they had to make do without his talent. And so some names to bring up, you got Hartley McDonald as well, the young over 50 hockey man, having an astounding season so far, 16 goals and 2 assists. And then of course you have to add in Scott Heldwin as well, who averages 10 goals, or check that, has 10 goals and 10 assists to his name. But of course, averaging a goal a game. There's not a lot of players in this league that average at least a goal or 2 goals a game, let alone 3 of them coming from the Red Army squad. Well, that just goes to show you, Angelo, with how well this offensive juggernaut has been for the Red Army all season, and now looking to win 2 more to complete the first ever over 50 Cup perfect season, including the postseason. Now, meanwhile, real quick, we'll get over to the Yellow Jacket side of things. And as we're talking about the defense, Andy, you know, we talk about Chewy, but then there's also, you got to look at the defensive specialists as well. You know, you got Angelo Pontello and Greg Bell that have worked together all season, and then a second pair for the Golden Knights that has always been at random. Well, key thing, Angelo, I think, is you got to put Angelo Pontello, Greg Bell, and Todd Duncan on the same line. You know, Todd Duncan has been one of those players where, you know, statistically it doesn't show as much of a breakout season, but when you look at the fundamentals and what he has contributed to this Golden Knight team, really spectacular. 6 goals and 5 assists is definitely nothing to be laughing about, but Duncan is going to be a key man here today, and I expect him to do wonders for this Golden Knight squad. We'll take a quick break here. In the meantime, when we come back, it's face-off, playoff time. #1 Red Army taking on the #4 Golden Knights here on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. So face-off will shortly begin. It'll be Scott Heldwin taking on Todd Duncan on the face-off. Our officials for today's game, Dave Collins, number 27, Ron Buckner, number 9 on the far side, Keaton Clay, our scorekeeper for today's match. And we're all lock and loaded here at the iSports Forum's North Rink as we are just moments away from playoff hockey beginning. And so for the Red Army out there right now on the ice, at left wing is Mike Ricci, right wing is the likes of Tony Lugo. Defensive pairings, Pete Dominici with, I believe, Mike Jackson at right defense. For the Golden Knights at left wing, it's Bob Leary. Right wing, Ralph Pitts. And they have Greg Bell and John Castigliola being defensive partners. Quite a twist here for this Golden Knight team. Well, we'll see how it plays out. I mean, there's a reason why they were able to get enough wins in 12 games, and in a matter of speaking, you know, it's a way to try to switch up the defensive pairings, and who knows what we might be able to see if Angelo Pontello will be on defense or if they're really going to take a chance and send him forward. Heldwin, left side, takes the shot, misses around Chewy. Picked up by the Golden Knights as he finds Duncan off to the right side. Has Ralph Pitts to work with the near side. Duncan in the Red Army end trying to make a play, could not. Heldwin breaks it up. Duncan picks up his own rebound, but then given up by Lugo. Lugo gets it off to Ricci, far side, and gets it around Castigliola, clearing it into the Yellow Jacket end. So just like that, Red Army with a quick lineup change. They want to be as fresh as possible, even though they only have 11 players. Well, I mean, you look at this point with 10 or 11 players, you have to be quick. You know, playoff hockey is a whole lot different than regular season. Wonders can really happen, and you never know what to expect. Dominici gets a piece of the puck. Castigliola finds Angelo Pontello checking onto the ice for the first time today. Pontello looking to work quickly. He'll get this one into the center. Now in the Red Army zone. Pontello, far side shot taken on Ragusa, and he falls on it for the save. So Angelo Pontello holding the puck a little bit longer than anticipated, who's played defense normally. And like you said, Andy, you know, good call. They probably were going for a little bit of a surprise there. Well, I mean, like, again, Pontello has always been a utility player for this Golden Knights squad, and any squad for that matter. You know, that's his capabilities, and he can step out forward when you need him. He could be the clear-cut center that can get the job done. He could be a winger that can continue to add pressure to the defense. And then, of course, his prime position at defenseman, you know, creating plays and setting up the Golden Knights the best way he can. This one comes back to Keith Pace in his own corner. Red Army attacking in the Yellow Jacket end, has a chance to score here, but it'll be taken away by the Golden Knights. This is Drew Frost. Will fire the shot high. Ragusa there for the high glove save. And Chris Ragusa, in his young over 50 hockey career, having a stellar season so far. Averages just under 3 goals a game, 287 to be exact, the second best in over 50 hockey thus far this season. Well, not very often you see a strong keeper that has the good fundamentals such as Chris Ragusa, and for the Red Army they are very lucky to have him, and he's been able to make plays for this Red Army squad all season, and now in playoffs he's going to have to step up more than ever. Leary's shot deflected by Ricci, or check that was deflected by Matt Sharina. Here comes Scott Heldwin. 3-on-1 for the Red Army upcoming. Heldwin working left side, looking to make a quick move around Chewy, lost the puck. The right idea was there for Heldwin, it's a matter of finishing there. Lots of hockey left to be played, but I expect Heldwin to be a whole lot more prominent in the Yellow Jacket zone. Duncan shot, fired it in! Todd Duncan in the right place at the right time, finds a quick shot off of Ragusa, and the Golden Knights strike first 1-0. Well, it's going to be plays like those, Angelo, that could potentially lead to an upset over the Red Army if you're the Golden Knights. You know, this is a situation where you have to be smart in any case you can, and right now, for this Golden Knights, they have to build off of this 1-0 lead. Todd Duncan, who finished the regular season with 6 goals and 5 assists, gets the Golden Knights off to the right start, as Pontello, trying to build off of that momentum, stripped loose by Woody Borg. Sets it back up. Frost with the shot, backhands it into Ragusa, rebounded by Heldwin. Borg in the corner looking for options. Showing pressure is Drew Frost. And Borg is going to go ahead and take this one himself. 3-on-2 for the Red Army. Passes it back to Ricci. Fired shot! And Ricci ties it up for the Red Army. Well, it's the beautiful, nifty work play, and that is what we see from the Red Army all season long, is the quick passes and the fundamental textbook passing plays. And just like that, the defense did not have an answer for this Red Army team, and the Red Army are able to respond in fashion. So Mike Ricci tying this one up. We are tied up 1-all early on in this first period. It's semifinal hockey here in ISF over 50 hockey. An exciting time to be here if you're not here already. This is what guys play for. Well, of course, this is the over 50 hockey league that really, every time playoffs come around, it's always this excitement where it could be one goal, one quick goal, a team that is the underdog finds a way to strike first early, but then the favorites are there to tie it up. Really just a splendid first period so far. This is back to Duncan, shot fired high above the net. And Todd Duncan again trying to attack quickly here off that far side. He's going to need more than that to try to get back. Woody Borg takes this one himself, trying to make it 2-1, flips back over to his man and Hartley McDonald, and the Red Army are up for the first time today. And again, it is going to be a long day for this Golden Knight team if they don't have a response on defense. They knew Woody Borg was going to be an absolute threat, and so far he has been that threat early on in this first period. So Woody Borg now setting up the play perfectly, has 2 assists to his name, and we're not even halfway through the first period yet. Well, that's another one of the reasons, Angelo, why he has the second most assists. I mean, Woody Borg clearly is a player that has been fundamentally the best this season, and if you were even trying to make a debate out of it, so far Woody Borg is trying to make it a clear-cut debate that he is thus far the best over 50 hockey player in this era. Red Army back in their own zone, trying to create some more offense. It's Leary who gets knocked down, and a penalty upcoming on John Hansen for the push down, and the official call is going to be roughing. So a power play opportunity here for this Golden Knight squad, looking to tie things up with 6:51 to go in the opening period. Now this is going to be something interesting, because here, you're down a man. The Yellow Jackets have been in this position before many times in the regular season against the Red Army, and most of these times they have just struggled on the power play thing. Perhaps playoff time, it could be different. Back to Pontello at the defense position. Looking to set up the pitch, and the shot fired, and Duncan ties it up for the Golden Knights. Well, sometimes the playoffs can provide a little bit of a different perspective there, and Todd Duncan, like we mentioned, is doing his part, trying to tie it up quickly, and he did so there. 12 seconds into the power play, the Golden Knights took care of business, and we have ourselves a tied game again with 6.5 to go in this first period. Red Army looking to take the lead back again. Here comes Woody Borg near side, looking to do it himself. Borg shot knocked into Chewy and falls on it for the save. So the Red Army will regroup in the Yellow Jacket zone. Face-off upcoming. It's going to be Drew Frost and Scott Heldwin. Heldwin feeds it up from Falvo back to Dominici. Flip shot chance by Heldwin into the Golden Knight end. Scooped up by Tony Lugo, trying to set his man up. Drew Frost knocks it away. Back over to Spizik. Spizik trying to find an open option. Finds Frost. Pass back. Taken away by Borg. Making sure everyone's on sides. Woody Borg Feeds it quickly. Stripped loose by Frost. Falbo looking for Dominici just out of his reach. Dominici buying some time, deflected off of Spizik. Flip back over to Castigliola, shot blocked by Heldwin. Heldwin looking to regroup, knocks into Lugo. Dominici struggling to maintain possession, but gets it off to Heldwin just in the nick of time, and the Red Army on the move. This one just off the skate of Lugo, knocked away by Bell. And so you can see right now, Angelo, that at this moment in time, Red Army being subdued here by the Yellow Jackets, but Woody Borg might change that here. Borg looking to pass back, knocked away. No one there for the finish for the Red Army. Now it's Heldwin in the corner. Heldwin buys time. Snake-eyed pass to Woody Borg. Double covered by Golden Knights. Heldwin back over to Sharina. Shot fired in the corner! And the Red Army retake the lead. Just when you think the Golden Knights just might have a competitive edge over this Red Army team, they pull a fast one here on the Golden Knights. Sharina found just enough room to sneak that one in the bottom right corner out of Chewy's range. And just like that, the Red Army find themselves back on top. 4:47 in the first period, and the Golden Knights find themselves in a hole again, looking to come up with the equalizer. Pontello off to the right side, looking for Duncan. Taken away by Hansen. Pace finds Duncan. Pontello fired shot just off to the left side. Rebounded by Duncan. Golden Knights trying to maintain possession. Pitts looking for a man, intercepted by Sharina. Taking it back by Pace for the Golden Knights. Gives it right back to the Red Army off the boards. And it's Bob Leary who regroups for the Golden Knights. Well, now it's a matter of being smart with the puck. You don't want to do anything too rash, too instant, because that is going to cost you some very valuable opportunities if you're the Golden Knights. Duncan. And looks like a hooking call is upcoming for the Red Army, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. Second penalty for the Red Army. And already, Andy, this has been quite a surprise. Red Army, a team that had the fewest penalties so far in this season, now has 2 alone in this first period. Absolutely stunning right now. This Red Army team, they're scoring goals, they're still maintaining the lead, but they have to keep those penalties to a minimum here. The Golden Knights are certainly not a team that you want to underestimate, because already we've seen Todd Duncan with 2 goals in this period alone, and the teamwork for this squad overall has been quite the factor here. And right now for this Golden Knight team, anything can happen. They've already capitalized on 1 power play goal. They could do it again if they wanted to. Pontello biding his time into the Red Army zone, past Heldwin. Pontello sets up to Castigliola, bounces off of Ragusa, almost came away with the tying goal. And again, Pontello, like we mentioned, at that defensive position, just has a knack for setting up his players. A beautiful pass there. Castigliola just off the mark there to tie it up. Pontello gets around Dominici, regroups, shot fired into Woody Borg, trying to pick up the rebound. Lost control of the puck. Looking to get around Costello, does. Borg almost gave that one up right back to Spizik. And of course, Woody Borg, another phenomenal player that, again, the puck control has been one of his valuable assets. If he had to, he could carry the puck down all the way by himself, just as we witnessed several times already in this first period alone. And the way he can set up plays is just truly uncanny, especially at this over 50 level. Borg, here he goes again in the Yellow Jacket zone, working right side. Gets back into the Yellow Jacket end, trying to find an option. Flips it back to Heldwin, fires on point, knocked down by Chewy. 22 seconds in the power play. We're coming up to the 2-minute mark left in the opening period, as it's Bob Leary trying to move this one up himself, showing pressure, Tony Lugo. And offsides called there, as Bob Leary almost tried to pull a fast one against Ron Buckner, but that time 2 skaters just over the blue line as he was trying to hold it back. Yeah, again, Angelo, you have to be smart with the puck in these situations. You cannot try to do anything sneaky because you have 2 referees that have been in this business for a very long time, and they know just about any trick that can be pulled, especially come playoff time. Castigliola in his own end as time expires on the power play. We are all even here at the North Rink at the iSports Forum. 1:40 to go in the opening period. Todd Duncan perhaps maybe going for a hat trick here. Off the board, second shot fired off of Ragusa. And so Duncan regroups in the corner, finds it back to Greg Bell. Castigliola shot fired off to the right by Ragusa. Golden Knights maintain possession. Castigliola's shot fired, rebounded by Sharina. Here come the Red Army. Off the skate of Hansen, trying to skate back for this one is Greg Bell. Bell finds it in the corner. Skate up chance off the stick of a forward. Fired shot by Sharina, looking for 2. Can't find it. Third chance by Chewy, and it's stopped for the save. Kevin Reels trying to get in on the scoring action, just fell short that time. 55.7 seconds in the opening period. Red Army leading 3-2. A lot of fast-paced scoring offense here in this first period, but the Yellow Jackets are holding nothing back here. Well, of course, we say Yellow Jackets. They've been the Yellow Jackets for a long time, but out of respect to new team and titles, the Golden Knights have really just been doing everything they can, and this has arguably been the best performance we've seen from them all season. Pontello trying to work against 2 defenders. Pontello stripped loose. Back shot off the shoulder of Ragusa. And a chance for Costello to tie it up goes not. Drew Frost, second hand effort by Pontello, and it's stopped by Chris Ragusa. This U.S. veteran will not go down, and he certainly will not take any chances against the Golden Knights here on this North Rink. Well, this is exactly what we've been talking about with Chris Ragusa. You know, when you put a guy like him in this position with a strong team and a strong team chemistry, that only makes a keeper naturally stronger. And right now, Ragusa has been on point thus far in this first period. Costello couldn't get the puck. Here comes Ricci. 16 seconds remaining. Keith Pace is back. Ricci trying to make a move, and Keith Pace falls down as the Golden Knights trying to get this one going. Mike Ricci, shot chance, misses. Dominici will let this one go as time expires. And so with 1 period in the books, Red Army, in their scoring ways, could be on pace for another 6+ average game, but at the same time, they give up 2 goals to the Yellow Jackets in the opening period, courtesy of Todd Duncan. And so with that, we'll take a quick break here. Red Army looking to continue to preserve this lead here on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Todd Duncan and Scott Helwin on the faceoff to begin this second period. And what a game it has been so far. If you're just tuning in for the first time today, the Red Army leading just by a margin, 3-2 over the Golden Knights, trying to pull off what arguably could be the biggest upset in over 50 hockey history. After the Red Army had started this season off a perfect season, the first team to win all 12 games in regulation in over 50 hockey history that began in August 2011, beating their own record at 10-0-2 back in the summer 2014 season. As Pitts finds the pass off to Frost, gets it back to Castigliola. Pressured by Ricci, gives it up to Sharina. And here comes Scott Helwin trying to get to this puck quickly, working against Greg Bell. Helwin in the Golden Knight end. Pitts will regroup. This one out to Leary. Leary back to Bell. Gold Knights trying to regroup quickly. Lost control of it. Here comes Heldwin on the near side. Heldwin fired shot. Chewy there for the save. Kicked out as Heldwin keeps it rolling. Dominici trying to fire a shot in, and Chewy is there for the save. And Pete Dominici, the longtime over 50 hockey defenseman, the only Red Army player that has not scored yet this season in terms of a goal, really looking to change that here today. Well, Pete Dominici, always a loyal defenseman, someone that is a versatile defenseman, if you will, someone who will step up to the play and try to make an offensive position if possible. But again, Dominici already with what he's done this season with 3 assists to what has been an overall team effort for this Red Army squad. Everyone has been able to find a way to contribute. And with that, the Gold Knights leading scorer ties things up with 10:19 in the second. And so Drew Frost is another one of those players, Angelo, where, you know, most of his success comes from the people around him as well. But then there's just an extra edge that he adds when he's right by the net. And he does just that to tie things up. Well done for this Gold Knight squad. So Woody Borg and company trying to make this 4 goals now as they find themselves all tied up with a Gold Knight squad that has averaged only 1.5 goals in their regular season meetings against this Red Army squad. Frost looking for another goal, just knocked off of Ragusa. Costello finds Pontello back, shot fired and in! And just like you mentioned with Drew Frost, Andy, Angelo Pontello, not very often does he come in clutch, but when he does, it's usually playoff time. Well, don't forget, Angelo, this is your father that scored 4 goals in the semifinal season for the Red Army back in 2013. 4 goals that clearly single-handedly changed the outcome of the game against this Gold Knight squad when they were the Yellow Jackets. So you want to talk about unbelievable wonders. He's found a way to do it. Angelo Pontello now with 7 total goals on this summer 2019 over 50 hockey season. As the Gold Knights trying to get to the over 50 cup and spoil what has been a very magical season for this Red Army squad. 9:45 in the second period. The Gold Knights find themselves on top once again. As Bell tried to get this one off to Ricci. Here comes Heldwin far side. Shot fired just off the side of Chewy. Ricci trying to add some pressure. Castigliola finds an open man in Bob Leary. Leary's got some room to work with heading into the Red Army zone. Leary's got Duncan on the left side, passes back to Pitts. Heldwin with defensive pressure gets it back to Castigliola for the Golden Knights. Pitts off the boards. Leary trying to chase after the puck. Lugo clears it out for the Red Army. Coming up after this game, the Gray Wolves and the Gold Knights will go at it in their semifinal matchup. The winner of that game playing the winner of this game next week at the iSports Forum. Winners of today's games get 50 chicken wings, as always, another part of the motivation on any iSports Forum league. But sometimes you have to look, and especially with these guys, Angelo, it's primarily about the chicken wings. In fact, it's probably more about the chicken wings than it is about the championship, because it's more or less the camaraderie that really gets these guys coming back season after season to play. For every participant that plays in the championship game, whether it's over 50 hockey, over 35, A, B, C, D, or novice or beginner leagues, championship participants after the game are treated to a complimentary 50 wings and a pitcher of beer of their choice at the Power Play Grill, the official grill of the iSports Forum. Pontello breaks away, has a chance on the near side, flips it to Ragusa, and it'll be taken away by Borg. This is back to Costello as the Golden Knights regroup. And suddenly, Angelo, we're seeing Woody Borg back at defense. We're not seeing him at that center position. Perhaps this is a little bit of a tactical change by this Red Army team. Definitely something that is a little bit unusual to say the least, because Borg is a prominent forward. But again, Andy, I gotta agree with you on this one. I think it's more or less a tactical change at this point. You know, just like Angelo Pontello tries to step up and make a play, maybe the Red Army are trying to take a play out of the Golden Knights book. Well, anytime you can do that, you know, nobody is going to cause ill will on that moment. But again, you have to make sure that the defensive unit, if you will, is strong for the Red Army. Now giving up 4 goals to a Golden Knights squad that the offense is pretty much in the middle of the pack. Frost trying to get this one back. Instead, it's Dominici who picks it up for the Red Army. Pontello skates back off the boards, finds Costello. Stripped by Dominici. Red Army trying to gain possession and could not. Costello trying to get in the way, and it comes back over. Pontello kicks it out. Back to Keith Pace. Pace lost control of the puck, but Chewy gets it away safely from Woody Borg. Picked up by Dominici. Red Army looking for the tie. Hansen sets back up looking for Dominici as he skates around for an open opportunity. High pressure from Pontello. Spizik knocks Borg off the puck, and a 3-on-1 chance here for the Golden Knights. This is Drew Frost on the near side. Looks fire the shot himself, knocked away by Ragusa. Looking to flip this one back up. Castigliola saves the puck, keeps it in. Kicked out by Jackson. Bell forced to regroup for the Golden Knights. Finds Castigliola near side again. This is off the picks. And an offsides call made. Golden Knights once again trying to get a little bit jumpy, especially by that blue line. And this has been one of the most common fouls that they have committed so far this season. The Golden Knights are first in offsides call, and the marginal difference between them and the next team with the most offsides calls has been 15. This has been a struggle for this Golden Knight team. They need to make sure that they're onside, and they really cost themselves a lot of opportunities, or at least the valuable ones, by going offsides and really not communicating together to make sure that they're all on the same page. Sharina looking to capitalize just off the left side. Leary with the puck, trying to make a move around Ricci. Will gain some open room. Leary looking for an open pit, but instead it'll be taken away. Reels finds Heldwin. Open Mike Ricci near side. Heldwin buying his options. Bounces off a Chewy. Picked up by Duncan. Todd Duncan looking for a chance. He slips and falls. Heldwin trying to get the puck just away from Heldwin, and he finds Castigliola. So his pass off of Leary's skate goes right back to Reels at defense. Heldwin and the Red Army go offsides. 5:36 in the second period. The Golden Knights are up 4-3 over the Red Army, looking to become the first team to beat this Red Army squad of the summer 2019 season. And what a way to do it here in the semifinals. Well, we've seen crazier happen, Angelo, and there's always been a mythical curse, if you will, when you look at any league in the Ice Sports Forum. We had a chance as well to talk with Commissioner John Finney, and one of the things he's always mentioned, it's almost like a stigma at some point, Angelo, where it is almost a challenge for any team that is the #1 seed in any playoff situation, that they're pretty much the underdogs. You know, the #1 team usually gets knocked out in the early rounds, or they lose the championship game. And it has just been so true. Not very many #1 seeded teams go on to win the championship. There's always that stigma. But again, that's what the mentality of any given hockey day comes into play. You know, that is just how you want it shaped up. You know, anybody gets an opportunity to win it at playoffs. All that work you do in the regular season doesn't matter as much as what you do in the playoffs. Pontello in the middle, fired shot off of Ragusa, and Angelo Pontello's got 2. The St. Catharines product is on fire. And now a 5-3 lead for the Golden Knights. But again, that game is certainly not over until it is over. Plenty of time left in this game. 5:07 in the second period. The Red Army have plenty of time to make a comeback if needed. Pace. Intercepted by Woody Borg. Look out. 3-on-1 for the Red Army with a vengeance. Borg slap shots it into Chewy, knocked away. Hansen for the rebound. Red Army trying to capitalize quickly. Frost knocks it away. Borg spied by Pontello. Pontello knocks it down. Borg goes down and Pontello clears it away. Well, like we said earlier in this pre-game report, Angelo, one of the things that Woody Borg is capable of is he can carry the puck by himself. And when you have a weapon as strong as Borg, where he could individually change the game, you're gonna need some kind of plan against this man. And right now, Angelo Pontello has been the one to step up and make a play whenever he's on the ice. So now the Red Army deep in the Yellow Jacket zone, looking for an offensive opportunity as Costigliola pops this one high and dumps it away. Ralph Pitts skating for this one against Dominici. Ragusa steps up and knocks it away. Well, the effort right now for the Golden Knights has been absolutely tremendous thus far. A lot of hustle, a lot of effort. They are truly playing like a championship team. Elwin almost popped it in. Dominici trying to find a chance. Chewy falls down, and so play will be halted. But what a burner there for Scott Helwin, who had it just in the nick of his position, could have made it 5-4. Well, that's the tough thing, and right now, Helwin, another one of those players that, in my opinion, Angelo, if you had to do a survey so far this season of the top 10 players in terms of performance and effort in this summer 2019 season, Scott Helwin is definitely on that list for me. And anytime you see him miss an opportunity, it's rough because you know he knows better and he knows that he can make a chance happen. Ricci tried to strip Duncan loose of the puck, could not. Duncan gets around Lugo, but not past Helwin as he strips the puck loose. 3:41 in the second period. Red Army now find themselves with their largest deficit of the season, down by 2 goals. As they look to run quickly here, Pitts slips and falls. And of course, Golden Knights trying to look for a call. They're not going to get one. And now here comes a call from the Red Army upcoming as the shot is fired. Reels is going to get this penalty upcoming. And so a checking call upcoming on Kevin Reels. Red Army with their 3rd penalty of the game. This is absolutely unreal. They have now matched half of their penalty minutes in the season in just one game. Absolutely stunning, and right now we're starting to see the weak points of the Red Army come out. You know, one of the things, Andy, in any situation, and you could talk to any of these over 50 hockey players like I have, and one of the things that they look at is part of the reason why a #1 team has a tough time winning is unless if they are absolutely the greatest team of all time, a #1 team usually has hit their peak in the regular season. So when it comes to the playoffs, all the opponents know exactly what to do. They know exactly what they need to stop and what has been their weak points. And then as the #1 team, because they never really faced adversity, has a tough time trying to adjust in the playoffs. But right there, Woody Borg adjusts his game, and the Red Army fire a goal shorthanded. But to finish the point, Andy, you know, biggest thing is not a lot of adversity comes through with a team that has done so well all season. And now the Red Army are trying to learn quickly and to bounce back from this adversity. And they bounce back there. Woody Borg getting his first goal of the game, and he has had a milestone game thus far. 1 goal now along with 3 assists. And really just a spectacular playmaker. Well, somebody that really, again, like we talked about, just that is the kind of game you're going to need. And if your team is down, you have to step up and be spectacular. And right now, in my books, Angelo, 1 goal and 3 assists to try to carry your team to within a goal margin is That's what's going to help you get back in this one. And for the Red Army, like we said before, plenty of time to get back. But now for the Golden Knights, it's a matter of, can you get a goal on the board and try to work up some more offensive magic? Off the boards, just out of the reach of Costello. 58 seconds in the power play for the Golden Knights. Woody Board trying to come up with an encore. 3 defenders back now for the Golden Knights. Board fires the shot, knocked away by Chewy, rebounded by Duncan. Duncan buying his time. He'll fire the shot, deflected off a board. Dominici knocks Duncan off the puck. Gets out to Pitts in the corner. Pitts finds Pontello on point. Shot fired. Looking to flip back to Duncan. Weak shot there. Golden Knights trying to look for a second-hand, third-hand effort. Falbo trying to get this puck cleared out. This is back to Pontello. Shot fired into Falbo. And now picked up by Woody Board. Castigliola trying to make a move. Here comes Pontello against Board. Strips Board of the puck. And again, a defensive solid performance by the 61-year-old as we are back to even. Castigliola's shot just off to the right for the Golden Knights. Pitts trying to pick up the rebound. This is back to Duncan. Taken away by Helwin. Final minute of the second period, and now a penalty upcoming. And it appears it's going to be on Ralph Pitts for what I believe to be a tripping call. But now the Red Army will have an opportunity for the first time today to capitalize on a power play. And you know, just absolutely unfortunate to be in those situations, but it happens sometimes. And the way you play hard, sometimes you could be in a wrong position at the wrong time, and things like that can happen, and it could be real unfortunate. So Pitts, a little bit confused there. Thought he had a clear shot in, but they'll look to regroup. 55.1 seconds. Golden Knights doing anything they can to kill off this penalty. So now with the puck in the bench, it'll be 52 seconds remaining. So taking some more time here to try to finish things up. Heldwin and Frost on the face-off. Pontello working the other side of the rink. Heldwin showing some pressure for the Red Army. Heldwin slips and falls. Pontello gets through 4 Red Army players. Couldn't get past Sharina. Red Army on the move as Pace tried to clear this one out. Stopped by Sharina. Looking for Ricci. Ricci on the near side. Back flipped around, off and in by Matt Sharina. A little bit of a lucky bounce for the Red Army, and they find themselves in a tied position again. How unfortunate is it to be in a situation like that where you do everything you can to try to keep the lead, and then an unlucky bounce happens to go right in your favor, and games all tied up. You know, regardless of however they do it, the Red Army found a way to get 2 goals to respond, and now the Golden Knights are going to have to look for some more offense. Ricci, this is Woody Board. Board shot into Chewy, falls on it for the save. So 17 seconds, Red Army looking for one more push to perhaps maybe take this lead again. Back to Sharina. Sets up, missed shot by Board. Not very often have we seen this guy miss, but that time looking now for a second-hand effort. Bounce off of Chewy to Heldwin, looking for his first goal of the game. Bell and the Golden Knights just doing anything to just clear this out, and they do. 5 all the score line, 2 periods in the book. This is what Over 50 Hockey Playoffs is all about. 3rd and final period upcoming on the other side of this break. This is Over 50 Hockey Playoff Semifinal #1 on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Third and final period as we are all tied up at 5 here in the first semifinal game. At the conclusion of this game, the Green Hornets and the Gray Wolves will compete for a chance to be in the Over 50 Cup of Summer 2019, as this game already has turned to be such a barn burner as Pitts is on the move, 2-on-1 for the Golden Knights with Bob Leary. Back is to Leary, flips it back. Pitts looking to put it in, just misses to the right side. Oh, an opportunity there for Ralph Pitts, just unfortunate there. He wasn't able to finish for the Golden Knights. Offensive pressure has been absolutely key thus far for this Golden Knights squad, finding anything they can to keep it rolling. This is Heldman on the move. Back are three Golden Knight defenders off of Chewy, knocked away. Keith Pace trying to get this one away, but play quickly halts. And so face-off will convene at the blue line for the Golden Knights. Well, this is one of those situations now where you have to break down and do something big here. So Todd Duncan takes the face-off, and Duncan already with 2 goals today has really stepped up big alongside Angelo Pontello with 2 goals himself. But it's plays like that where you need your playmakers to come out and shine, and so far the Golden Knights have had just as much done. Intercepted, a chance here. As the shot's fired, Chewy knocks it away. Oh, what an opportunity for Hartley McDonald, and it just slips through his fingers. A real unfortunate miss there for the Red Army. That was a golden opportunity to take advantage, and they just didn't do that there. Bell and company trying to rework things for the Golden Knights. Off the stick of Pitts. Sharina off the boards. This is back over. Castigliola loses his balance. McDonald loses the puck. This is Duncan working around Hansen. Now looking to get around Reels, near side. Ragusa takes a little tumble. Duncan trying to cut back for the finish. Castigliola fires on net, deflected by his own teammate in Pitts. Castigliola's shot knocked away. This one back over to Duncan. Reels trying to clear this one away, stopped by Castigliola. Reels, take 2, gets it cleared out this time. Bell is back for the Golden Knights, 9:47 in regulation. Golden Knights trying to do the unthinkable and beat the Summer 2019 Red Army team that is 12-0, the first team to ever record a perfect season in Over 50 hockey history, trying to pull off a ginormous upset as Borg flips around, shot fired, misses his chance. Pontello breaks away free, and a tripping call upcoming on Woody Borg. This is huge for the Golden Knights. And Woody Borg is headed to the hot box, and the Golden Knights an opportunity, a valuable one at that, to try to score off another power play chance. And so for the Red Army, count it up, rack them up, 8 penalty minutes thus far, 2/3 of their season total in just 1 game. Well, now it's going to be a situation where the penalties have just been absolutely ridiculous for the Red Army, in the sense of this is something they have not been used to, is playing constantly a man down from the power play situations. But for the Golden Knights, they've had a lot of power play experience, so we'll see if they can capitalize again. Pontello far side, shot fired, misses Ragusa. And so this one will roll back to Chewy. Gets out to Drew Frost. Golden Knights trying to spread the rink a little bit as he feed it up just off the stick of Costello. A chance here, has to regroup, cuts back around to Frost, but not enough speed there. Could you imagine if Brian Costello was one of those players that could have been like a 3 or 4 star quality that had the speed? He would have had Dominici beat easily. Eldwin. And so a penalty upcoming They're going to say it's a roughing on Angelo Pontello. Although, Andy, I'm kind of questioning the call here for a little bit. Yeah, it's a little tic-tacky, but again, with playoffs, it can be a little bit situational. Scott Helwin tried his chair at trying to get to the puck. Angelo Pontello playing his equal piece, and really not that much of a roughing, but then again, you know, it is playoff hockey, and you got to call it as it is. But now it kind of responds a saving grace there for the Red Army, and a chance to be 4-on-4 for about 1:01. 5-all scoreline, 8:20 to go in regulation. Golden Knights and the Red Army here at the North Rink of the Ice Sports Forum. Here comes Ralph Pitts on the far side. Duncan skating up. 2-on-2. Pitts lost composure, falls down, but nevertheless the puck is fell on by Ragusa, and he's there for the save. Back off the glass. This one will be taken up. Here comes John Hansen. Bell is back, strips the puck away. And how about Greg Bell, Andy? Well, he's one of those players that naturally improves, and if you give him the right players to work with, he's another one of those players that can really shine, step things up. And right now, Greg Bell, from a defensive position, having the game of his life. Puck back to Bell. Forced to dump it. Skates around to Dominici. Duncan off the boards. Maintains possession. Here comes Duncan into the Red Army zone. Hansen and company get this one away. Here comes Borg. Coming just out of the penalty box. Almost makes a strip play. So Duncan on the far side. Golden Knights trying to kill off this penalty. 47 seconds remaining. Flips it up just off the reach of Woody Borg and taken it back by Pace. Pitts regroups for the Golden Knights. Trying to kill as much penalty time as they can. So now, Andy, it looks like Pete Dominici is in there along with Woody Borg, and he's got Scott Helwin on the right side. Borg trying to skate through all defenders. Shot fired, kicked out by Chewy. Pace looking to clear this one away. Helwin and Dominici can't maintain it in the zone. That is a huge clearance there for the Golden Knights, just waiting for Pontello to get out of the box so that they can be all even again. Helwin on the move. Pontello will jump out of the box, looking to step back for defense. Borg looking for Helwin off. Ricci trying to come away with the shot, knocked off to the right side. Helwin looking back, no one there for the finish. Red Army still maintain possession in the Golden Knight zone. 6 minutes in regulation. Ricci, shot fired. Looking for the finishing touch was Helwin, and Costello looks to clear it away. He does. Red Army forced to regroup by center ice. Off the stick of McDonald. Helwin shot. Far right of the net. Borg with the rebound. Sharina, blocked shot by Spizik. Tipped away, Pontello trying to clear it out. Right back to the Red Army. Woody Borg now to Sharina, just off to the right side. Matty Sharina had a goal earlier, just sneaking that one into the right corner. And Helwin finds a way to sneak that one in this time, and the Red Army retake the lead. Scott Helwin was going to wait for the right opportunity, and the right opportunity came for this over 50 hockey rookie. And now the Red Army retake the lead with 5:13 in regulation. It was just a matter of time before Helwin found a way to get in on the action, and sure enough, a golden opportunity for the Red Army to finish things up. This is Duncan, back in the Red Army zone. Shot fired just off to the left. Off to Lugo, into Pontello. Back Back to Pontello, looking to bide his time for the shot. Minish fisting by Duncan. Missed the finishing touches is what I was trying to say, Andy. But that time, the Red Army defense just comes through in the nick of time. Well, of course, now it's a matter of what can you do to make the right plays, get things rolling for them. And you can clearly tell that the Golden Knights are going to need one more push if they're going to keep this game rolling. So Todd Duncan will take the face-off. This puck comes back over to Leary, working off far side, looking to set back up to Pitts. Could not. Castigliola's shot fired, almost went through, just off to the left side. Golden Knights with a chance to tie it up just through the fingers. Rebounded by the Red Army. Borg clears it out. Golden Knights looking to regroup. Time is running out on their season as Leary finds Duncan near side. Shot knocked away by Ragusa. Cleared out by Falbo. And again, this is valuable time that the Red Army are trying to kill away. Could this be a matter of seeing them milk the clock? Well, it's still a little bit early to try to use a term like milking the clock. Plenty of time for this Golden Knight team to perhaps come back and get a goal. But you really don't want to give them that chance if you're the Red Army, especially after the way they've been playing today. Really just a situational play, and you can't underestimate them by any means. This puck cleared out. Ragusa's going to let this one go all the way back for an icing call. So 3:11 remaining in regulation. As both sides trying to muster up some last courage here. This is off to Woody Borg, Mike Ricci. Shot fired, cleared out by Frost. Dominici regroups. Back is to Heldwin. Heldwin shot blocked down, tipped away, down by Ricci with 2:54 to go. And the Red Army just might have sealed the deal with that goal. Well, anything is possible, but at this point in time, the Red Army facing a big scare here today. And now with that goal by Ricci, has really found a way to perhaps maybe ice this game up, who knows. Castigliola struggles to get it out. Heldwin 2-0, Red Army looking to Ricci, icing on the cake. Mike Ricci sends the Red Army to the over 50 cup. A hat, if you please, Mr. Ricci, and the hat trick comes into full fruition for the Red Army as they now extend their lead to 8-5. And you can pop the champagne bottles because the Red Army continue their magical perfect season. Well, again, and this Red Army squad, even in the dying minutes of this game, finds ways to get through and to really capitalize on the dire situations. And this is their adversity moment here. Down by as many as 2 goals at one point in this game. And, you know, tip your hat off to this Red Army squad. Just a job well done for them here today. So an icing call there as a lineup change up coming. So it'll be Todd Duncan for the face-off against Mike Jackson. This one gets back out to Pontello. Pours off to Pontello. Sharina knocks it away. This is back over to Leary. Pontello flips it high. Lugo looking for the block, could not. Knocked down by Angelo Pontello. So Pontello gets around Hansen. Angelo Pontello looking to pull off a Woody Borg move. Trying to squeeze through two Red Army defenders, could not. As this one gets back out to Duncan in the corner. On the stick of Tony Lugo. Red Army looking to pass it back far side. This is Hansen. Hansen forced to clear it away. 136 and running for the Red Army team that is looking to make their way to another over 50 Cup, trying to defend their title, as the Golden Knights trying to add any more last minute stats, trying to fight hard here in the dying moments of their season. Now 1:10 remaining. This is Drew Frost trying to find a clean, crisp pass, finds Duncan, finds Castigliola, will fire the shot himself off of Ragusa. Bell steps up, fired shot on net, kicked away by Dominici. This one off the boards. And this one cleared out once again by the Red Army. Heldwin and company trying to make another offensive chance by it, and Borg continues to add spice to the Red Army squad. And that will just about be all she wrote here today. Well, of course, you see the offensive charge here late for this Red Army squad, but do not be fooled when you look at this game. And again, what a turn of events. 6 unanswered goals for this Red Army offense, and that clearly goes to show you how tough this team has played and how magical of a season it has been for them. Bouncing off of Ragusa was a shot by Pontello. Trying to hold things up as Heldwin tries to get away from some Golden Knight defenders. So this one back to Falbo. Borg trying to get it into double digits, and he flips it to Heldwin. Initially, what we thought could have been a storyline of the Golden Knights potentially upsetting the Red Army has now turned into a 7 unanswered goal performance to finish off this semifinal. And tip your hat off to the Red Army, Andy. I think this could arguably be the greatest team in over 50 hockey history. Well, congratulations to the Red Army first off. This has been quite a team performance, and from where they saw themselves in the latter part of the second period, only scoring 3 goals, they have really turned it on for a booming third period. And for Scott Heldwin as well, he was down, he was almost out, but Heldwin has a miraculous third period comeback, finds a way to get goals on the board, and just a job well done for the Red Army. Scott Heldwin, Woody Borg, the rest of the clan, just a real excellent job well done. Well, we look at the stats, Andy, and it has been absolutely unreal. And of course, for the Golden Knights, they played a hard-fought game. And again, you know, regardless of however their season came out, Andy, this has been their best game of the season. They played hard, they played tough, but the Red Army wanted to make sure that they had an absolute comfortable lead in this semifinal game heading into the Over 50 Cup next week. And so with that, the Red Army will await the winner of the Green Hornets and the Gray Wolves in the next game upcoming. Of course, we won't be unable to broadcast that game, but you can check out the standings and updates at www.isportsforum.com, or you can catch the action now. If you're around in the area, get yourself over to the iSports Forum and watch the action live here in the North Rink. But for my co-partner Andy Townsend, I'm Angelo Pontello saying so long, good night, and we hope everybody has a blessed evening. Take care, everyone. We'll see you back here next time.